guys haven't known anything here, on my channel, I'm pretty much looking for products that I'm willing to use on my K20 project. Now, this is one of them here, the Pro-Flo 4 EFI. Now say that 10 times. I'm gonna talk to Mark over here, and he's gonna tell us a little bit about the product here. As you guys could guess, I'm gonna go away from a carbureted motor into pretty much a fuel-injected motor. Let's go say hi to Mark and see what's up. See, fuel injection. Does it move? Oh, it does move.
You got there.
It's our microphone. It's our microphone.
How we do it? Is that 11/16 or 3/4 inch?
It's a 20 millimeter. Because we found
metric stuff around American made.
Yes, I did bring a metric stuff because, 2020 is when we found our YouTube channel. Like I said, I told you I was going to bring an expert over here. This is Mark. Would you like to tell us a little bit about the Pro-Flo 4? Try saying that about 10 times.
Mouthful, isn't it?
It is a mouthful.
So it's a port injection system, not a TBI. By port injection, it's got an injector at each cylinder, and it is full sequential injection. So it's actually controlling the fuel to each cylinder, so you have perfect distribution. And then the good thing about it, we sell the kit as you see right here, including the Pro-Flo 4 distributor. And that's what allows us a full sequential injection. So when you buy the kit, you have everything you need. If you're making, 350, 450, 600 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower, you buy different kits. We have 29 pound-hour injectors, 35s, 42s, or 60s. You can buy the kits that way. So when you buy your system, you say, okay, I'm going to make so much horsepower. You buy the kit with that injector in it, take it out of the box. The system's all assembled like it is, so you don't have to try and figure out what injector you're going to get, what fuel rails you're going to get, what distributor you're going to get. It's all taken care of for you. You bolt it on, put the distributor in it, open up the app that we have, and you run a wizard. Tell it what your cubic inch is, what kit you bought with the injector size, etc. It loads a calibration that we made. There's about 80 calibrations in this. So when you hit the key, it starts up and runs almost perfect. It's plus or minus about 10% probably on the fuel. Once it warms up, it goes into self-learn mode with the O2 sensor. It's a wideband O2 sensor, and it actually pulls fuel out as necessary. And it looks at it and says, okay, I'm pulling out 10% here. It saves it in the calibration. So it's just the more you drive it, the better it starts to run. If you want to make changes, you can. The app allows you to adjust the ignition time in, cold starts, all sorts of different stuff. So you don't need to be a laptop wizard to make this thing run. The app keeps it pretty simple, and almost everybody knows how to work it out.
Gotcha. So pretty much it's plug and play, out of the box, and it's self-learning.
We're making the installation of the EFI system as simple as we can for anybody.
Now, here's a really good question, because I just realized when I came to the booth that you guys have universal transmission controllers. So will that work with the Pro-Flo 4?
Yes, we do have transmission controllers for the Chevys, like 4L60, 4L80, those type of applications.
My whole project, right, 454 K20, if I wanted to go with a 4L80E or something like that, this kit will take it no problem, right?
App is very similar to this app, and it communicates through this connector right here. So it can connect you just plug it in. Same thing, it comes with a wizard. So it too is plug and play. And the two are like brother and sister.
And then right over here around the corner, that's the screen, this little monitor, right?
Yeah.
You also get this included into the kit?
You don't get a tablet or anything with it because it works with a cell phone, tablet, whatever you want to do. We used to include it, but most people threw the tablet away. They wanted to use their cell phone. Like here's the setup wizard, and you can run through it. There's different gauges. There's a digital display, shows you everything. It's got this app. You can change the bezels. You configure it, different color bezels. And then we have some pre-configured dashes here. And then the cool thing about it, our latest version has a data logger. So data logger is so simple that you can drive it, you hit start log, and it logs all of your data. Once you have a log, you go to the viewer, and that's how it displays it. If you're using the logger and you have a problem and you can't explain it to tech, you hit the Edelbrock emblem, it'll put a line in the data. Stop the logging, you hit tech support, you put, hey man, I got a 350 Chevy and I got a problem at 3,000 RPM. You hit send, it emails the data log to our tech department, and they can look at it and they can tell you, hey, you got a fuel pressure issue, you got a leak in your exhaust system or something like that,
So you're telling me, especially for like our generation, you could connect, like say, the app to the internet and forward it through the app to Edelbrock?
It
to a tech support?
An email.
Forwards it to an email, okay.
It takes this file and emails it.
Okay, still pretty simple then at that point,
It's very simple, yeah. Super intuitive. It's got a lot of really cool features in it. Like I'll give you an example of in advanced tuning. Here you set your air fuel ratios for what air fuel ratio at idle, cruise, wide open throttle. Your timing is done just like if you were in the old days, you run the distributor. If you want to change the way the timing curve worked, you'd take distributor apart, change the springs, change the weights, stuff like that. Right here, you'd simply just change it. Okay, I want to change where my advance starts, what the total spark is. You can even put a little vacuum advance into it, how much vacuum advance you want. Quite powerful, but still quite simplified. You can turn fans off and on with it. You know, you can adjust like cranking fuel. You can go in the advanced portion at different water temperatures. So it's pretty simple. It's app usage, where in the old days, in some of the other systems, our competitors, you actually have to have a laptop. And at that point, you put their systems on. One is complicated. You got to buy all the separate parts, injectors, etc. But the other problem is that once it's on, you have to take it to a shop if you don't know what you're doing. And you got to pay them to run down the dyno and program it with a laptop. Most of this new generation, like you guys, you know, you're pretty savvy on apps. You get this off the app stores for free. Gives you quite a bit of power, but not enough to mess stuff up. There's a fuel modifier. When you're driving it, if it starts correcting quite a bit, this goes up to 20% and the light's on green, you can just say, okay, it's adding 20% in the cruise range. You just hit that, bring it up to 20%, close it, and it fixes that area of the calibration close enough that at that point, the self-learn off the O2 sensor takes over and corrects and learns. It's really not necessary most of the time, but it's there. We give you enough power, like I say, to have fun and make simple changes, but you're not going to get into trouble. You know, where you could with a laptop, you get all screwed up. And then we get tech calls, and we don't want tech calls. We want you to be happy.
Gotcha, yeah. You want it where someone has full control of it and they don't have any headaches, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's supposed to be an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, because I know that some of the older guys, and when they go fuel injecting, they're always hesitant too, especially with that leap, because they're just like, I don't know how to use a tablet or anything like that. But it is very user-friendly, so.
It is.
Yeah.
15 years ago, the problem was we had laptop tuning stuff, and the tech calls would be literally right off the bat. How do I open it up? You know, how do I communicate with ECU? The tech calls would be 45, 50 minutes long. But we don't get any tech calls hardly anymore. You know, when we do it, simple stuff that we can tell them through the app.
And then this whole entire kit, right, on average, if I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, it's about $2,700, especially for my application, what I'm looking for.
It depends. Some of them are that high. Most of them, I think, like for a small block Chevy, the base kit's right around $2,000.
Yeah, that's about right. But, you know, I got to be special with my big block, apparently.
Yeah. And we make it for the Chevy, the Ford. We got a kit for an Oldsmobile. We got Pontiac. We got AMC. You know, we got quite a few applications.
Gotcha. Mark, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for showing everything.
I'm going to steal the Swabish from the too.
We got jacked up. See, this is why we didn't want to have a snap-on. Hey, appreciate it again. Thank you.
Enjoy the show.
So, Jared.
Yes.
Is it easy?
It's actually very easy. At first it was a little intimidating, but as you're going through the menu, it is just like a simple app. They put a lot of work into it, and it's working fabulous. It is actually very user-friendly. I'm pretty sure I don't even need to look up any videos or look up the user's manual. I'm pretty sure this is all self-learning for it and the user.